Hi, this is Victor, and in this video, I'm going to cover Pfizer. This is the big pharmaceutical company in the United States that did a great job in getting a vaccine for COVID shortly after Moderna and has been distributing that vaccine worldwide. Before COVID, Pfizer was a very successful drug company developing many pharmaceuticals and was a good growth pharmaceutical company paying a very high dividend. I'm going to analyze this company and share with you why I'm an investor in Pfizer and have an optimistic view of where they're going and why I want to continue to be a stockholder. There's three things I look for in an investment. I want a discount on shares so I can see my investment go up in value. I want to know that the company is operated and performing well. And I want to know that it's a good time to buy more shares in a stock, or if I'm looking to buy a stock for the first time, it's a good time to buy that company. Let's take a closer look at Pfizer. So Pfizer is very large and they have a variety of drugs, and their area of expertise takes them into the area of vaccines. They do that very well. What I learned more recently, I knew that they were going to have a huge increase in vaccines due to COVID. And in the United States, I think the vaccination rate's really high. And domestically, their sales will be good in 2022. But internationally, their sales are really, really high, which is interesting. As you see other countries like China and other places deal with COVID, I think they're going to need vaccines from Pfizer. So that's interesting. In addition to that, they just have a very solid business outside of vaccines that really drives growth and free cash flow and dividends. They pay a really nice dividend. If you've owned Pfizer stock for the last 5 years, it's been a really good return, 62% appreciation of your stock price, and they've been paying more than a 3% dividend. So that's a good stock in my book. Over the last year, it's also been a good stock. It's up 24%. It's been a good stock to hold in 2022 since 2022 has been really tough. Stocks have been hit hard. The S&P index is down 16%. NASDAQ is worse. And Pfizer is the type of stock that's really held its value well. And again, paid a nice dividend of more than 3%. I believe Pfizer is discounted by 59%. Let me tell you why. I like to look at the cash flows that I expect the company to produce over the next 20 years and discount those free cash flows and determine a net present value, which would be the intrinsic value of that company. In this case here, Pfizer has just great free cash flows. This is the last full year of free cash flows grown at 10%. I'm growing that by 10% because in 2022, it's expected that they're going to grow 21%. That's the guidance that the company provided. So they are just a cash generating machine. I'm discounting those free cash flows that I expect by 9%. The first 3 years, I'm expecting they're going to grow at 10%, but then after a very low 4% per year. And that would be inflationary. They're acquiring companies, they're growing, they're developing new drugs. So they'll have a consistent growth into the future. If I take all those free cash flows and provide or calculate a net present value, I get $442 billion. Their current market cap is $282 billion. So it provides a nice discount. On a per share basis, I believe the stock's really worth $79 per share, but it's trading at $49.92 per share. So it provides a nice 59% discount to additional purchases of stock. So the performance of the company has been great. First off, they developed a vaccine for COVID, which was very needed in the country and in the world. So big thumbs up there. It really shows the world-class achievement of Pfizer. And it goes beyond that. It goes on the financial side. The company's been very well operated. Over the last 5 years, they've grown at 9%. Last year, they had free cash flows of $30 billion. And their free cash flow yield is 11%, which is very good. They pay a dividend of 3.21%. and they have a PE ratio of 11.46. Nice low PE. In 2022, Q1 is off to a great start. They grew revenue 77% if you compare Q1 of this year compared to Q1 of last year. Free cash flows of almost $6 billion. So just great free cash flow. Dividends, they provided a dividend in Q1, 3.21. They also repurchased 39 million shares in Q1. For 2022, they're guiding to grow 21% and have a solid earnings per share. My outlook is internationally, that's where they have very high vaccine sales. I think COVID is down in the United States, but around the world, other countries are buying Pfizer vaccines. So that was interesting to see, and that's going to fuel a lot of their growth in 2022. I expect that they're going to be very profitable, pay dividends, and have a small upside. I think people are worried that the vaccine business, once it gets off their financials, the stock price will settle down. I agree with that. So I'm going to just expect a small upside. Nonetheless, I'm going to buy more shares because it's a very good space to own in 2022. And I want to own more Pfizer stock to collect that dividend and own one of the best companies in the US. So if I scorecard Pfizer based on my 3 principles of investing, I am getting a discount on the stock. The company is operating and performing really well, and it's a really good time to buy. I think the stock this year, has settled down into a nice price. So it's a good stock to buy. It's a good stock to hold in 2022 with all the volatility. So I'm buying more shares of Pfizer. So this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not recommending you buy Pfizer stock or any other security. I like to share my experience as an investor. I own Pfizer stock, and I hope you found it interesting. Thank you for watching my video. Appreciate it. Hope you found it interesting. If you can do me a favor and like my video, that'll help the algorithm pick up my videos on YouTube. And if you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified when I create a new video. Good luck investing in 2022.